Can you smell that? It's in the air. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Whiteriverrambo, and welcome back to another episode. Fall's right around the corner. That means new shoes for little John. The bush hog's hooked up, and well, it's probably getting about time to be putting in food plots. I've been on the hook just like everybody else is, thinking about what I'm going to shoot this year. And as you all know, I like to dabble with the stuff occasionally. And well, after last year's collaboration with APA Archery and that Black Mamba Pro that they sent me, couldn't get that one quite out of my head. Now, I love new stuff. I love keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. But that APA kind of had me, you see, I didn't get it till mid-November after I'd already harvested my buck, and the freezer was full. And while I could have went out for a late season whitetail, I didn't. And well, in the springtime, you know, APA wanted a resolution to our collaboration, whether I wanted to go ahead and purchase it at a discounted rate or send it back. And I went ahead and sent it back. Long story short, a couple weeks ago, a buddy is getting ready to go to Africa, and he ran out and he bought a brand new bow. Now, I know that he actually bought a Black Mamba Pro from APA at the SHOT Show in January. So I started working my thumbs, putting on that nice guy attitude, and well, I have a brand new Black Mamba Pro. Well, new to me, Black Mamba Pro. And throughout all this, throughout, you know, both seasons, I've been back and forth talking to Nabal, the owner of APA Archery, and I have been very interested in another bow that they sell that really fits my wheelhouse because I love short axle to axle bows, but it also fits my wife's wheelhouse. And well, today on the channel, I'm going to introduce you to the APA Summit. Now, this bow I have not seen on the internet other than APA's website. But when we break it down, it's got a lot of Black Mamba Pro accessories and technologies built into this setup at a lot lower cost, and one of the most compact, lightest weight bows on the market. Oh, and by the way, she's fast. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to get into the fine details, don't worry, but right now let's just shoot it. Out of the box, have not messed with the bow very much. I was waiting on a set of modules. Now, okay, this is a collaboration bow, right? And I went ahead and purchased it because I didn't want to hold back. And I knew that I wanted a bow, even sight unseen, going off the numbers and going off of the previous collaboration with APA. I knew what their draw cycle was. I knew what it's going to feel like. And even if my wife decides that she doesn't want to shoot it, I know it's going to be a lot of value to me when the time comes. Now, first off, 28 inches axle to axle. I need to get hard numbers for you. I don't want to just spurt them off and be off a little bit, but an adequate brace height here. I'll tell you what, I'll just go ahead and put the numbers right here and I'll shoot a few arrows. Now this bow is set at 61 pounds and I am a 28.5-inch draw. And I took it down to my local archery shop yesterday and just grabbed one of their house arrows that weighed 440 grains. And the bow come in at 266 feet per second. With a solid hunting shaft, I'd call 440 grains a solid hunting shaft. Not necessarily heavy, but definitely adequate. And pushing 270 under 29 inches is, well, that's pretty impressive. When you compile that with 3.4 pounds, good Lord, son, this thing is a beast. It's pretty smooth too. Now I set the bow up just with some stuff that I had. Like, I didn't go buy new stuff. Obviously I have way too much stuff, but I got a 5-arrow tight spot on there. I have a MX2 QAD, and then we have the Exact Hunter from B3 Archery. Now, before we get too technical, I will be 100% honest with you, and when there are things that I don't care for on this bow. Number one, and I know Nabal is going to be watching this, it is time for you to go ahead and put a Picatinny rail on the front of these risers. Mainly because, as you can see, I had to shim this. This riser is so small, it's less offset. And I grabbed 3 different sights, and none of them would come in line with the string and the rest. So I put the rest on here that my wife wants to shoot, and I had an old school riser from a quickie quiver. How many of you know the quickie quiver? Drop in the comments. Some of you are probably still shooting it. But these arrows right here, I'm not sure what they weigh. They are a 400 spine. Carbon Express Maxima with 100 grains on the front. So they're probably coming in about 350 grains. I was not exactly on target right there, but it still felt pretty good. It didn't kick sideways or nothing. Now, I have not paper tuned this. I have not put this in the draw board. I've not made sure that everything's in time. This is just an introductory video to the Summit from APA. Sweet little package. Plenty of brace height here, okay? You still have all your tackle box. You have a knock wrench, you have a knife sharpener, you have a broadhead wrench, and then back here in the back, this pin, this stainless pin, allows you to go ahead and this row of cables right here, you can actually go ahead and squeeze the bow and then put that pin in there and go ahead and twist the cable up if you need to, okay? Mess with the bow a little bit. It also has micro timing, which we found out last year. Wasn't quite sure what we were doing, but we found out taking this in and out of the draw board, you literally can say, okay, unlock this one and then adjust this one and get them cams exactly touching and then lock her back down. That right there is super handy. Another thing that I want to explain is the draw stop, limb stop version, okay, that they have in here. As you can see, it goes, what, A, B, C, D, E, F, down through here. Now, the number or the letter that you should be on is based on the number of module that you are. I don't want to get this wrong either. I'm a 28.5 guy. So I'm going to be a number 4, I think is what's in here. Now, the numbers are different for this, or they are the Black Mamba. But anyway, let's say I'm a number 4. Well, down here on the sticker, it'll say 4H, right? But I'm 28.5, not 28. So I'm actually down to a J, which gives me a little bit deeper valley, okay? And you're perfectly safe with doing that. You can adjust your valley just a little bit. If you like that straight down and no deep valley, you can do that, right? They have modules that you can do that. I actually like a little deeper valley, right? Let's just go ahead and shoot one more arrow here, and I will talk about the draw cycle on this. Now, if you guys saw last year's APA Black Mamba Pro video, I told him I wanted 70 pounds, right? When it come in, it was 74, and it was a lot, right? I'm fine with 70. 74 in a speed bow is a handful. Granted, that bow was the fastest bow I'd ever shot by 15 feet per second, hands down. So this time, I wanted a 60-pound bow. And obviously, my wife's going to shoot it. She handles 60 pounds just fine. But being a speed bow, okay, this is no slouch of a bow by any means. The draw weight ramps up quickly and is level until right about there, that last 1.5 inches. Maybe 1.5 inches is too much. Maybe 1 inch. I just felt good. I've literally shot the bow 6 times and it already feels good. Honestly, the arrows are so fast with the sun going down and that fletching configuration, which is not the dullest thing in the world, but I can't see them. I'm only shooting 20 yards, so we're gonna do a full build on this bow for my wife, not just for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take the modules out that fit me, and I'm gonna put 25.5-inch modules in. Then we're gonna set the draw link up for her. I'll set the peep up for her. I'm gonna retie this business because no, we don't do that. We all have our own ways, right? We're gonna do that a little bit differently. And then we're gonna get her around paper tuned, get a set of arrows, which honestly, these arrows are probably gonna be pretty good, but I'm probably gonna put her in a 5 mil. And get her out here and get her working her butt off because she needs it, right? But I'm gonna show you guys how easy this APA, all APA bows are to set up, to adjust, and hopefully we can, time it and paper tune it and all that. Has lots of technologies in here. You can see the notches. You got notches where you can move your yokes in and out. Obviously you can twist a yoke, but by moving it in and out, that helps with cam lean a little bit. And then as far as timing goes, it's all done right here. You don't have to touch the yokes. This little thing right here, called the MPB. Now this is a APA accessory. You can see where it goes, and it will fit anything. You can offset this as much or as little as you want to. It has, vibration dampening built into it, and then you can see I've got 3 ounces right there. That takes the weight of a back bar. So this entire setup, I'll have to get you an exact weight. But if I had to guess, this entire bow setup, I would probably put it around, with the arrows, with the quiver, with the sight, with the stabilizer. If it's a touch over 6, I would be surprised. To me, this is going to be the ultimate blind rig, the ultimate hunting out of a tree stand or saddle hunter rig, right? Now, my wife isn't quite as nimble as I am, and she absolutely is going to be hunting out of a ladder stand once again. It is what it is, which absolutely limits her ability to shoot down, right? Because y'all know, standing in a ladder stand, you've got full perimeter around your body, and she literally can't shoot at deer that's closer than 20 yards. Hopefully with this bow, she can get just a little bit more down angle and be able to take care of it, because she's going to go from a 33-inch bow down to a 28. And with her being a 25.5-inch draw, this thing's going to be a beast in her hand. I'm glad I didn't buy her that Alpha X2, even though that's a great bow. I think she's going to be super happy about this. So that's enough for the introduction to the APA Summit. And I'll catch you back here very, very shortly, and we'll break down the full runnings of this bow, as well as begin to set up my Black Mamba Pro. Now, we're going to do arrow builds, we'll do bow tuning, we're going to do all these things, one right after another. One very important thing that I would like to let everyone know is Tuesday, July 29th, I will be on Fistful of Dirt with Ronnie Cuz Strickland, okay? And you can find that on Apple and iTunes. We're going to talk about archery, talk about the breakdowns of getting started as a new archer, some of my content creation, some of the tips of buying a bow, and the mindset of a deer hunter. If you know Cuz Strickland, then you know how proud I am to be a part of Fistful of Dirt. So as always, stay safe, shoot straight, shoot off, and don't forget to wear them personal flotation devices and tree stand harnesses when you're out there chasing God's critters. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Tell you what, I'll just go ahead and put Fistful of Dirt's link right here, because you should be subscribed by now anyway.